Oh no! I've made a huge mistake. I listed my car online for sale and, well, it's just sold. And to be honest, I'll maybe stretch the truth out on it a little bit. Well, maybe a lot. I called it mint condition. In my car, well, I've just moved house. I've done 2 trips across the country picking up bikes. It is not that at all. And the buyers just emailed after the auction closed. They're going to be here tomorrow. The plane lands at 9:30 a.m. and right now it is 10:45. She's flying in. It lands in less than 24 hours. And this is not mint. I have one day to turn it around, turn my lie into something resembling the truth. Before she gets here, I lose the sale, my reputation, and also probably the money for their flight. Okay, welcome to the scene of the crime. Let's do a quick, painful walk around so you can see exactly how much trouble I'm in. First, the outside. Well, from 50 feet away, she looks pretty good, right? Here's what the buyer thinks is a perfect paint job.
In reality, under this mountain of pollen, dirt and bugs, the paint is a total mess. Years of cheap car washes have carved swirl marks everywhere and the finish is dull and faded. It looks tired. To get this thing back to mint, I've got to do a full-blown paint correction. That means a multi-stage process of washing, claying, compounding and polishing the entire car. And I've only got 24 hours to do what professional detailers take days to complete. This is going to be a nightmare. Now moving to the back, we've got this classic Subaru owner badge of honor on the bumper corner from misjudging a parking spot. It's not massive, but it absolutely screams, I hit things. Then the wheels. They're supposed to be gleaming alloys, but right now they look like they've scraped more curbs than a city bus. Scuffed, chipped, anything but mint. Now, for the inside. I might have strategically used some old dealer photos. The truth is, I've basically been living out of the car while moving house and driving around the country. It's less of a car and more of a mobile dumpster. Trash everywhere, muddy floor mats, and who knows what else. And right here, the crown jewel of all my problems. The dash cam has come screaming off. I told her I had a clean dash with 0 warning lights. In my defense, I never promised a working interior. Just that it was in mint condition, so it wasn't a complete lie. Right?
And the final secret. A subtle but very real lack of refrigerant in the AC unit. It's the kind of problem a true car person, no, in fact anyone who drives a car, will notice within 3 seconds of a test drive. Today is a nice cool day, but tomorrow it's going to be hot. The buyers told me they will definitely notice. They've got a 6-hour drive all the way back up north. You might see here, it looks like it's less than 17, but I can tell you it's coming out hot. And if this deal falls through, I'm out of money, my reputation is shot, and I might even be on the hook for their plane ticket. So the pressure is on. I have less than 24 hours to fix this. The clock is officially ticking, guys. Let's get to work.
Alright, I need a plan. With less than 24 hours, I have to prioritize.
Alright, 21 hours to go. Let's get working.
I can't exactly rebuild an engine in that time, but I can attack the things that will immediately give me away. First on the list has to be this horrifying paint job. It's the most obvious lie.
So having just moved home, obviously nothing is accessible. It's all stored away somewhere. Well, this car is just, well, I know that one's full of junk. This one has got a whole bunch of stuff in it. So it's either going to be in this car or that car, the rest of my cleaning stuff. So, gotta go find it. Well, there it is, underneath everything, of course.
After a thorough wash, I'm starting with a clay bar, and this will pull all the embedded grit and contaminants out of the clear coat, stuff a normal wash can't touch. The paint feels like sandpaper right now. But now for the scary part, paint correction. I'm using a dual action polisher and a heavy cutting compound to literally shave a microscopic layer of the clear coat, removing all those swirl marks and light scratches. This is terrifying. One wrong move, 1 second too long in one spot, and I could burn right through the paint, and game over. After compounding the whole car, I have to do it all over again with a finishing polish to bring back that deep mirror-like shine. Then seal it with a bit of wax and pray it blends into a believable factory finish. Next up, the interior. It's a full-blown disaster zone from moving house. First, I have to literally shovel out all the rubbish, all the old food wrappers, empty boxes, an entire ecosystem of trash.
I've been looking for these for about a year. Now I'm cool.
It's a little bit disgusting, but once it's empty, I can finally see the ground down dirt on the seats and carpets. I'm hitting them with every upholstery cleaner I can find, but it only does so much. Time to bring out the big guns. The Dyson Carpet Cleaner. This is my last hope. I'm spraying, scrubbing, sucking up years of filth here, and yes, look, it's working. The fabric is actually starting to look clean. It's a small victory, but right now, I'll take anything I can get. Okay, I was starting to feel a little bit of momentum. The first stage of paint correction is done. The interior is clean. Now time to deal with that ugly scrape on the bumper corner. It's covered in white paint transfer from whatever I hit. My brilliant idea? Just scrub it off. A stiff brush and some elbow grease. Simple, right? What could possibly go wrong? I start scrubbing, but the paint isn't coming off. It's just smearing. And the brush is a little bit too aggressive. It's scratching the clear coat around the original scrape, creating this hazy, scuffed up mess. Instead of removing the damage, I'm just making the area 10 times bigger and 1,000 times more noticeable. This is a complete and total failure. I've just wasted half an hour and made the most visible damage a little bit more visible. This is the complication I absolutely could not afford. My stress level just went through the roof. Plan A is dead. With the clock ticking, it's time for Plan B. Now, I'm going to have to go through and give a deep polish to get those scratches out I just created. Carefully remove the paint transfer without damaging the actual paint underneath and then blend it all together. What I was hoping for being a quick fix has turned into a bit of a messy multi-stage repair, and it just ate up an hour I absolutely did not have. I'm officially in panic mode now. Polishing out the mess I made on the bumper is taking forever, and I still haven't touched the ticking time bombs in the cabin.
Would you look at the time? I'm running out of time, guys.
Next up, the dash cam. I promised a clean dash, and a broken mount with a dangling wire is the opposite of that. The plastic clip is completely shattered. My only choice is the nuclear option. Super glue, and lots of it. I'm basically creating a permanent bond between the camera mount and the windshield. Is this shady? Absolutely. Am I proud of this moment? Not at all.
Oh no, what a disaster. I just realised I put that on upside down.
But a floppy, falling dash cam is going to be a deal breaker. My only hope is that the glue holds, and that it feels solid enough to pass the inspection. To make myself feel slightly less like a con artist, I'm doing some actual maintenance too, topping off all the fluids, oil, coolant, brake fluid, washer fluid, just to make everything look clean and well kept. A buyer is almost definitely going to check those.
Well, as I wait for my glue bits to dry, and I pray to the car gods that these shady fixes hold up. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done any last minute panic inspired odd job fixes on your car and what they were. Let me know how they turned out. Hopefully it was for the better and it didn't all fall apart the moment you started using it. I really need to know that I'm not the only one who's spiraling here, guys. So please tell me, and if you've got a moment, hit that subscribe if you are just enjoying watching me run out of time and get a little bit crazy.
Oh, well. It's almost midnight. I'm knackered. I think we'll go to bed now. We'll leave the last few things till the morning. And we take the car for drop off. Ugh.
The buyer's plane has just taken off. She just texted, she'll be here in an hour. This is it. The final frantic sprint. The bumper repair is finally polished out. It's not a pro level job, but from a few feet away, the scratch has completely vanished. It's 1,000 times better than what it was. The full paint correction is finished, the car has been compounded, polished, and all those ugly swirls and imperfections are gone. The paint finally has that deep, wet shine it's supposed to. And I almost forgot the biggest lie of all, the air conditioning. The buyer mentioned a 600-kilometre drive home, and in this heat, she'll know that the AC is dead before she even leaves my street. So I grabbed one of those DIY recharge cans from the auto parts store. My only hope is that it blows cold air for the test drive and at least for the first few hours of the trip. Now it's all about presentation. It's time for a full-on life or death detailing montage. I'm washing the car like my future depends on it, getting into every crack and crevice. I'm cleaning the engine bay, wiping down all the plastic to make it look fresh and black. The tyres get a heavy dose of tyre shine to hide all the curb rash. The windows are cleaned inside and out until they're practically invisible. Every little detail matters now. The hope is that a clean car just feels like a well cared for car. With every wipe of the wax, my anxiety is cranking higher and higher. Did I miss something? Is the paint blend on the bumper super obvious in the sunlight? Is she going to feel how sloppy the car drives? Everything comes down to this next hour. The car isn't perfect, but it looks perfect. It looks mint. I've done all I can do.
What a day for a last ride in the WRX.
Alright, so driving for their flight has just landed. About to pick them up, deliver the car. Hopefully get that cash money. But hopefully all that hard work overnight paid off. Let's find out.
The plane lands. It's her. My heart is pounding out of my chest. She gets out. All smiles, and my internal monologue is just screaming. Okay, act cool. You're not a liar. You're a strategic marketer. She starts her walk around, moving slowly, deliberately. She runs her hand over the hood, feeling the perfectly smooth finish. My heart just stops. She doesn't even flinch. She moves to the back and squats down, looking right at the bumper corner I just repaired. She taps it lightly with her knuckle. Nothing. She looks at the tyres, comments on how good the tread is, says nothing about the scuffed up rims buried underneath all that tyre shame. She gets in, turns the key, the engine fires right up. She puts her hand on the gear shifter and I brace for impact. She moves through the gears, it feels solid. She glances at the dash cam, now super glued into eternity, and says nothing. We go for a test drive. It's the most nerve-wracking 10 minutes of my entire life. Every time she shifts, I'm just waiting for something to go wrong, but it never does. We get back, she shuts off the car, she turns to me, breaks into a big grin and says, "Wow, you really kept this thing in great shape. It's even better than in the pictures. It really is mint." I almost passed out from relief. We shook hands, she transferred the money, and she drove off in her new mint condition car. I can't believe it. I actually pulled it off. 23 hours of pure panic, a botched touch-up, a whole lot of super glue, and somehow I managed to turn my lie into the truth. Sort of. So, what's the lesson here? First, maybe don't lie in your online car ads. The stress is absolutely not worth it. And second, with enough desperation and a whole lot of polish, you can fix almost anything. Thanks for watching me nearly have a complete and total breakdown. If you want to see what trouble I get into with all this money, make sure you're subscribed for the next project. See you then. Well, I'm walking home, which you may guess it means we've got a happy customer. Thankfully, she had a good thorough check, as she should. We sorted out payment, rego, all that important admin stuff. Now she's on her 7-hour drive back home. Wish her all the best. And yeah, now I've got to think about what I'm going to do for the rest of the day once I finish my walk back home. Okay, bye.